We're on our way home now. And we're so tired. And it's so sunny. You need to do my haul though. Your haul? No, I don't. My haul. My haul. You need to do them all like when you get home. Haul incoming. I'm gonna do a haul of the two tops that I can maybe potentially borrow. Both bought a cookie. We are very different in our cookies. That's mine one. Oh, that smells so good. It's almond butter and all. Taste test. Are you trying it now? Mine is raspberry white chocolate. And yours is almond butter. Dark chocolate and almond butter. That is nice. Oh, try a bit of yours. Can you try a bit more? That's good. That's really buttery though. That's good. Not too bad actually. That's actually kind of nice. Yours tastes like a brownie. Yeah. I'm not getting the almond butter though. It was the end. Oh. No, I know what you mean. Is it in the middle? Maybe. We'll see. Ella bought so much stuff today. Joking, I didn't because I'm broke. But I convinced Lily to buy stuff that I'll be robbing. So the books that I actually picked up were the Briar U series, which is by Elle Kennedy. And I went into the works looking for the off-campus series, but they didn't actually have it. So I just thought, I'll just get the Briar U series then, because I don't think that they link. Pretty sure it's just like kind of loosely associated with each other, hopefully. I mean, I don't mind either way because I've heard really good things about this series, so I'm looking forward to it. And 4 books for £15 in the works is just so good. So we've got, in no order, The Dare, The Play, The Risk, and The Chase. And all of the covers are really cute and sports romancy and cartoony. And then not book related, I got a few clothing bits which are really cute, so I'm just going to quickly show you. I got this is my go-to makeup remover. It's the Body Shop Chamomile like cleansing balm, because I just love a cleansing balm. I think it's so much better than like a wipe. So I got this top from H&M, which was I think £12 or £11, and how gorgeous is that? It's not really doing it justice right now, but just imagine like the high neck with like a slip back and some gold jewellery or something. It's giving like classy vibes, and it's really stretchy and comfy. I thought like this could go with a lot of things. Dressed up, dressed down, loved it. Also from H&M, I got these linen trousers. These were £12.99, which I thought was really good for like linen trousers, and the colour's really nice, very versatile colour. They're not see-through, I don't think. Just really, really flattering, comfy, essential for summer. Gonna go with everything. And then from Primark, I got these, these were £16. And these are just like some leopard print denim shorts. But like how cute and flattering are these? They're so unique. I feel like they could go with like a black top, the red top, or like even a white top. A black hoodie would look really cool with these, with like sambas or some boots. I feel like these could be dressed many ways, and they're also like a good statement to the outfit. And then last, from Zara, for I think this was £20, I got this blue top which is backless and high neck. I love a high neck, and this like got like a cowl neck kind of vibe to it, but the colour is so striking, so nice. I feel like this would look good with, I thought it would look good with like some tight black booty shorts with like knee-high black platform boots. That's giving like kind of Sabrina Carpenter. It's kind of giving like 2000s party era vibe, and I just feel like this would be a great going out top. So that was a great purchase. just loving this plot. Like, I think it's such a unique plot and I love the witchy vibes. It's giving me such a good vibe right now. And the crumbs from the romance, I mean, we're not like fully into the romance yet, but the crumbs that we've got, eating them up. Yeah. So if you didn't know what this was about, I'll give you like a quick summary. I won't say too much because I don't want to like accidentally give away too much detail, but this is basically about, this is the cover by the way. So this basically follows the main girl, Rune, and she is living within a time where witches are just completely hated. Like, if you are a witch in this time, you basically get killed. Like, you are not allowed to live in this world because of a revolution that happened and just like got rid of witches pretty much. So our main character, Rune, is actually a witch and nobody knows this. It's a very well kept secret, and she keeps this secret by, she basically just like doesn't show anyone but her like small circle her true self, and she puts on this like facade of being a very airheaded kind of vain socialite who only really cares about very like surface level things and only wants to throw parties and kind of like that type of thing. And she also claims to hate witches. Obviously she's a witch, so that's not the case. So by day she is this like deceiving socialite, but then by night she is a vigilante who saves witches. She goes by the name the Crimson Moth, and she goes around the streets rescuing all the witches that have been captured. So then you meet the love interest Gideon, and he is actually one of the most notorious top level witch hunters in the whole like kingdom, and she decides that it would be useful for her to court him and kind of like woo him, almost as if they was like going to get married, so that she can find the very top secrets about the witch hunter and like what's going on with it. She can find out like the inside scoop and all the very, very top secret information. So she thinks that this is going to be a really great alliance, but obviously we're going to get some bumps along the way. That is kind of like a brief, probably not even brief, but that is a rundown of the actual premise, which just captured me in so much. Like, when I heard about that premise, I immediately wanted to read it because it sounded so good. And let me tell you, so far this is so good, and it is honestly, I'm predicting it to be a 5-star for me. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon, but as of right now I can see this potentially being a 5-star. So I'll read some more and then I will update you again when I'm a bit further into it and I have a little bit more to go off of. My favourite thing literally ever right now is reading outside on this chair. Like, why is reading outside so fun? And I can hear like the birds in these trees and the wind blowing. It's just so peaceful and I'm loving it. I feel like I'm reading more because I'm sat outside than I would if I was just sat on the sofa, because I'd get more distracted. Like, I'm more focused out here. He's designing her a dress. This is so cute. This is so cute. Good morning, everybody. It is now, I think, 2 days later from the last time that I spoke to you. So in that time, I'm nearly at the 200 mark now, so I'm nearly like halfway through. I'm on page 167, which I feel like I've not been doing as much reading as I would have liked with this book, but I have just had a few things to do where it meant like I couldn't read. Worst thing, why can't I just sit at home all day and read my book? Why? Anyway, so I've been doing as much reading as I can. I literally don't want to put this book down, like, not gonna lie. If I could just have like a full day of doing absolutely nothing and just reading this book unreal. Like, I would love it. I do not want to put this book down. The stakes I'm finding are like a perfect level for me, because I'm not a fan of like too low stakes, because I kind of get a bit bored and I get a bit like, what are we working towards here? Where is the next plot point coming from? But with this, I am finding that there is a lot of like little bits, little parts, little scenes where there is like quite high stakes, and I'm like sat there like, what is gonna happen? I'm like, oh no, like turning the page, because I just feel like it's the perfect level of stakes. It's not too high of stakes. I mean, it is pretty high. It depends on, honestly, but it is not too high, but it's definitely not too low. It's kind of like, if this was the middle, it's like there, like that's high, it's here, it's like in the middle. I'm just loving it. And I think that the fact that there's like layers to the romance, it's not just two people who like know of each other. The fact that there's like layers of secrecy and layers of like that they don't know each other's true identity and things like that is really, really, really feeding into how much I am enjoying it, because I just think that that element of kind of like, you sat there thinking, oh, when are they going to find out like what is going to happen next? That element is just making the romance so much better, because they just don't know, you know? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm the worst person at explaining my thoughts on books, but that being said as well, a little note on the world building. If you are not a fan of too much heavy world building, this is the book for you, because I've found that there has not been a whole lot of crazy world building. It kind of just threw you into the story. It just sprinkled in a few of the bits of terminology which were very straightforward to follow, in my opinion, and it kind of like sprinkled in a little bit of the lore and a little bit of the past of what's gone on to create this revolution, this rebellion, whatever, and that is it. Kind of just stops there. We don't go into crazy like world building of, and the sky looks like this and this castle has this. It's none of that. It's more just like, this is the lore of the story and here you go, moving on. And I really like that, because we've just kind of got stuck into it straight away, and yeah, just again, like, I am loving the witchy vibes. I'm loving the like the spells and the witchy energy. And if I was to describe this book as a colour, I don't know why, I just love, like, I love comparing books to colours, like matching it up in my head. It just, sometimes when I think of something, a colour just comes to mind so strongly. I don't know if that is weird, but the colour that comes to mind for this is like, well, the colours, like the colour palette is like reds, deep burgundies, black, like just very kind of, the overlay of what I'm seeing in my head is very like dark vibes, deep colours, lots of like torchlight and lamps and like dark starry skies, that kind of thing. And like I'm picturing like burgundy dresses running through a castle, that kind of vibe. Just trying to set the scene here. So I'm gonna go outside now and do a bit of reading, because currently my hyperfixation is reading in the garden. Why is it so peaceful to read with like the atmosphere of being outside? I'm obsessed. So I'll catch up with you after I've read a bit more of the book, hoping to get a decent chunk done today. So yeah, I take back literally everything I said about the stakes being medium. The stakes are very much high. I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now. Like, things have escalated massively. I literally don't even know what is going on right now. Like, I am praying that things get resolved, because we are at like the peak of the story, and I feel like everything is going on, and I'm like literally thinking, what is gonna happen? I'm scared. The stakes are very much high, and they're stressing me out, because I do not know what's gonna happen, and I feel like this book is gonna end on a cliffhanger. And the wind said no. Just because I feel like I should probably mention what page I'm on. I am on page 264, chapter 39. So we have like over 100 pages left. but like I feel like we're really in the thick of it now. I finished The Crimson Moth and I rated it a 5 stars. 5 stars. This book was genuinely amazing and I love it. I love it so much. Like, when I went into it, I definitely knew I was going to love it, but I wasn't guaranteed that it was going to be a 5 stars. I definitely thought it was going to be in the range of 4 to 5, but it is a 5 stars. Like, this book is now like my new romantasy obsession. It was so good. Like, if I could recommend a kind of like romantasy, witchy fantasy for anyone, it would be The Crimson Moth, because I just think it was just so well done. Like, everything about it just came together and brought such an amazing story that I was so invested in. So what I loved about it was just like the overall vibe was really well done, like the witchy elements, so good, and kind of like the aesthetic that was brought with it. It was giving me like high stakes, it was giving me like dark, deep vibes, kind of like the setting that was described was really, really cozy and dark. The writing style was amazing. I felt personally like everything was described really well, and the little crumbs that she gave you were amazing. There was a plot twist at the end that I didn't see coming. I did not predict this plot twist. I knew we was going to get something a little plot twisty, but what we got, I was not expecting. And I literally was sat in this room finishing it off, and I was like, oh my god. I was telling my sister every like little plot twist that was happening. I was like, oh, you'll never guess what just happened. You'll never guess. Oh my god, this just happened. And she was literally sat there like, girl, I don't know what is happening. Like, I've not read this book. Why are you telling me? But I just had to get it off my chest. I just had to tell someone what was happening in this book because I was so invested, and I was like, at the end you kind of just like do like so many things are happening, so many twists are happening, and it just keeps you on your toes, like keeps you on the edge of your feet. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, not your feet. Oh, speechless. I'm speechless. Like, the way that I need book 2 literally this second. Yeah, I'll insert when the release date for the second book is out, because I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. However, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that this book is marketed as a YA. On Goodreads it does say YA fantasy. I'm not sure if it's like the most YA book I've ever read, honestly. Like, I felt like this read as just a regular new adult romantasy, not necessarily YA, like young adult, because the way it's written, it's not how I would imagine a YA to be written, and it's definitely, the author doesn't like hold back with how she writes it. I personally would say it's giving more like new adult, but literally, what do I know? I just loved it so much. I mean, I can't wait to just like have this on my shelf. I really, really, really would love like a cool special edition or something. I don't know if there is any out there, but definitely if this series continues on with how this one went and how well I felt like this one was done, then this is going to be like a 5-star series for me, and it's definitely going to be one that I recommend to everyone, because I just think that there's bits in this book that a lot of people could love, from like the fact that it's got romance in it, but it's not like heavy romance. It's very much like, I don't even know where this is going to go, like everything's up in the air. It's not like a straightforward romance. It's got the witchy vibes, which I feel like I'm not in too many books these days. Like I feel like typically when you think of fantasy, it's often fae at the moment. I feel like you get a lot of fae fantasies, but not a lot of like witchy vibes like this. So that was really great because I just love that whole type of thing. I think I spoke about the world building before, but if you are not a fan of heavy world building, then this doesn't have it. This was very, very much like, you kind of just get stuck in, get straight into it. There's a small amount of world building at the start, but nothing that's going to make you like super confused, which I personally really enjoy, because I find it really hard to get into a book when there's like so much world building. So I do really, really enjoy that as well. But I'm so glad that I finally read this, because this has been anticipated for me for so long. It's been on my TBR for so long, and I knew that I really, really, really wanted to read it. So I'm so glad that in this vlog I did it. I read this book and I rated it 5 stars. So this is your sign. If you have a book on your TBR that you have been anticipating for a hot minute, then this is your sign to read it, to go pick it up right now and go read it, because it might be a 5 star. It might. It's about time that I reorganise my bookshelf. So this is the before. This is the grand tour of the before of the bookcase. Love her, but she's gotta go. And this is like an in-depth tour of each shelf. So at the top I had like all of my Stephen Kings and a few horrors, a bit of Greek mythology, some literary fiction, Harry Potter's, and then classics. But because there was on the top shelf, there was a massive gap between them and it just looked odd. And I feel like all the colours are a bit like unpleasing aesthetically. Then the next shelf is my romance shelf. So I've got like all of my Ali Hazelwood, some Elle Kennedy, I've got some Lucy Scott, Icebreaker, Say You Swear, and then I've got like my Small Town Cowboy section of Elsie Silvers and Done and Dusted, which love her, and then The Addicted and Ricochet from Krista and Becca Ritchie. Then on the third shelf we had some hardbacks just because they kind of fit there, and we've got the Boys of Tommen series, which I am obsessed with, love you so much. Then some bookmarks, and yeah, they're the bookmarks. Then we've got Magnolia Parks, which I just feel like all of these colours go really well together. So it did fit and it did look good. And then some memoirs on the end. But it wasn't giving like the best that it could be. Then we had the fantasy shelf. So we've got like Sarah J Maas, some Game of Thrones there. We've got Lauren Roberts, Bridge Kingdom. This kind of was just to fit all the fantasy together. There wasn't really like any rhyme or reason to it. We've got all of our Cassandra Clare. I nearly said Sarah J Maas. We've got all of our Cassandra Clare books there. And then we have our big hardback fourth wing. Then we've got all of like the books that I've not read before. So this is like a full TBR shelf, which I just thought I'd keep like all of the books that I've not read together on one shelf, and then the hardbacks I've not read on the bottom shelf. But again, like we've got loads of room left and it kind of just looks a bit meh. So this is me taking everything off of the shelves because I'm going to redo it. So I'll leave you here and I'll get back when I have finished the final result. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. Goodbye. this is the updated bookshelf, which I did this morning, and pretty much the only thing that's changed is like where each book is, and then I've done like big display pieces just to jazz it up a bit. So the top shelf is a Magnolia Park shrine. We've got all the books spread out there because the covers are just too pretty not to have on show. And then this shelf is literally exactly the same. We've got Addicted, Calloway's Sisters books. We've got Elsie Silver, Lila Sage, kind of like a small town section. And then these are all romance. We've got Ali Hazelwood, bit of Elle Kennedy, and then these two at the end are actually my nans. So they're just chilling there, but they're actually really old. And then this shelf is like a bit of a Sarah J Maas shrine. So I've read the whole ACOTAR series. So we've got them displayed because, again, the covers are just so pretty. And then I've only read 2 from the Throne of Glass series. So they're just chilling there until I read the whole series. And then in the corner, we've got some hardbacks because some of the shelves are longer than others. So we had to just work with what we had. So there's some fantasy bigger books there. And then this shelf, we've got some more hardbacks because they fit there, and then we've got the Boys of Tommen series, which I just think are really pretty with this colour scheme. We've got my bookmarks and tabs here, and then this is kind of like a classics section. I feel like this vase goes with the classics vibe. These are all of my Jane Austen books, and then we've just got some Bronte sisters. We've got a massive Anna Karenina, which I'm probably never going to read. Like, that is just a joke. That's so huge. And then we've got some memoirs there. Then this shelf is fantasy as well. So we've got the whole Harry Potter series, which used to be on the top shelf. And I just think this looks way better because of how compact it is. Like, we don't have like a massive space at the top of them. So we've got Harry Potter, and then we've got The Infernal Devices and Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. And then this is Game of Thrones, my Lauren Roberts books, The Bridge Kingdom, which are actually the wrong way around. And then this is a Terry Pratchett book, which I honestly don't think I'll ever read, but the cover is just so pretty. And then
pretty. So pretty.
At the bottom shelf, there is just some kind of random ones. We've got some like horror, spooky ones, some Stephen King, and then some literary fiction and Greek mythology retellings. So the difference is I used to have my TBR books on these 2 shelves, but I just feel like it makes more sense in my brain to move these over to a TBR cart. A little bit later now, I have completely finished doing my bookshelf, and can I just say I think it looks so much better. I really, really love it, and I'm just so glad that I've like finally reorganised it, because I think that having your favourite books on display, there's just something about it is so therapeutic and healing. Dramatic, I know. So now that I have done the bookshelf, I've actually taken off every book that I have not read. I've taken it off the bookshelf so I can put it onto this TBR cart. Ooh. And then I can have all the books that I've not read displayed on this little cart, and I can take them off, and it's like a reward putting them on the shelf after I've read them, because like these don't deserve a place on the shelf until they've been read. Do you get my logic? Like, these equals not read, reward equals putting them on the shelf after they've been read. It's giving like therapy, it's giving a little cheeky reward after you've finished a book. I love it. So here is my little cart. This I've already had like for quite a while now, but I actually just kept my perfumes in the top, like skincare bits in this bit, and then I kept like kind of random bits. Like I've got my clip-in extensions, my my mat for my straighteners, my AirPod case, like random stuff. I've kind of just kept a few of those things in the bottom just because I need to put them somewhere, you know what I mean. So we've got these 2 layers to work with, which, looking at the stack, it's not really giving me hope that this is like all of these are gonna fit. It's really not. We're gonna do it like double-sided and basically just fill up this cart, and this is gonna be my little TBR cart. I'm so excited. I'm gonna feel like one of the book girlies now, because they all have like the cutest TBR carts, and I'm just obsessed. So we're going to fill up the middle section first. These are all the books I've not read. It's kind of eye-opening seeing them stacked like this. There's more than I thought. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I love having a big TBR. It means we have more choice, more to choose from. It's actually funner to me to have like more selection to choose from, because you never know like what mood you're going to be in. So let's just get filling up this cart. I'm gonna start with hardbacks because I don't really know where these are gonna slot. Do they fit in there? Oh god, that's a tight squeeze. I don't really want to put them on the top, so that looks a bit weird. Maybe I'll move the iced coffee. Maybe I'll like try to push this down. Okay. Okay, yeah. Wow. Work smarter, not harder. So we're gonna just put the hardbacks in here. These are literally taking up like the whole room. I feel like my TBR cart is not big enough. This is like me slowly realising this may not work. Like, can we get these double-sided? Oh, guys, we can't even get them. Oh no, we can only fit one book in. We can only do it one-sided. Oh no, unless I like kind of stack it weird like that. Oh, I think we can only do one side. This is not gonna work. I've got too many books for this. Getting stressed. Okay, so hardbacks there. This is gonna go with the hardbacks because it's quite a big, like, tall book. Compared to the hardbacks, that does not look tall. Kind of just like every man for themselves, honestly. We'll do that one. There's no like order to this. There's no order, it's just wherever a book can fit. I feel like this is giving too orange though. Like, I don't want it to look colour coordinated. I'm being so dramatic, but sometimes you've got to be. That looks cute. Oh my god, I so wish that I could do it double-sided. This is so sad. We do not have a lot of room to work with. I was in my delusional era. Ugh. I think we can maybe fit one more on here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna fit another. Maybe we'll fit another. Am I being silly? Probably. No, we can't fit another. Maybe I could fit this one. This one's a bit smaller. No. Okay, so that's kind of all we can fit. Wow, this was a massive fail. What are the TBR carts that people use then? They must be huge. This one's from IKEA for reference. I think it's like the £25 one. I believe it honestly might be cheaper. I'm not too sure. But like the ones like that Rachel Catherine and thing like and people use is like they can fit two sides to it. Is mine just like a miniature one? I'm kind of confused right now. We'll put all of our Abby Jimenez TBR up there. We'll do page 2. We'll do that one. Do the Night Watch. These are kind of tricky because that's a series, that's a series, that's a duology. Last two are literally basically bricks. So I guess we can maybe try squeeze the duology on. That might be the only solution. Okay, so I think that's all we can. I'm sure I could fit another one, but like I only have series, so the series are going to be separated. We're just going to slot that one in there. Guys, I managed to sort it out. So now we have 3 layers, which is just phenomenal because I can fit all the books on. It is one-sided still, obviously, but I just love how they're all displayed. Like, now I can see them all. I can see every single book I have not read, and it just seems so fun to me to be able to like choose one, like pick one off, whatever vibe I'm feeling. So I'm loving it. And how cute is this? I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but oh my gosh, wow. Please don't get it twisted though. Me and this TBR car basically just had a full-on fight. We was wrestling for a second there. Because tell me why these books... Oh, my dog's just barking. Tell me why these books would not go on the way I was like full on, like with two arms trying to haul these shelves up and down to reach like the right level. And it is going to be a squeeze getting them out, but we're just going to ignore it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm that type of gal. We're just going to cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm obsessed. How cute. Me and my TBR car are just... This is us. I love it. I thought I would film a quick outro because I've actually forgotten. So thank you so much for watching today's video. This was actually filmed over a couple of weeks, just doing some bookish things. So I hope that you did enjoy just watching kind of like me do some bookish things. We went book shopping, we read an anticipated release that I'd been really wanting to read. We enjoyed just chilling, mood reading in the sun. We made a TBR cart, we redid my bookshelves and just had a fun time. Sometimes just doing like cute little bookish things like this is just so fun and therapeutic, and I love watching these videos. I love it when Sarah Corelli posts hers because they are just so fun to watch. So it was very fun to film one, and thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.